This is KVUE News Midday.
Another day, another bombshell for the White House. The Justice Department appoints a special counsel to investigate Russia's connection in the Trump campaign. What we're learning about the man in charge.
And today, a new report on our city's health and viability, where we are excelling, and what changes still need to be made. Good morning, I'm Anna Reyes.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. Thank you for watching Austin's News Leader. Well, let's start with a live look outside. Gloomy day out there. I know it's your birthday and all, Erica, but couldn't you get a better forecast for your big day?
Hey, you know, meteorologists love when there's actually weather, and we do have lots of weather to talk about out there today. Possibly some storms that will fire up this afternoon, so I'll break it down here for the next minute or so. As far as temperatures go, 84 here in ABIA, Camp Mabry, 81 degrees. Dew points are in the 70s, so this is the big issue. It's super saturated, super muggy out there. You probably noticed it this morning as you started your day. The humidity is going to continue. Very unbearable at some areas, especially the eastern counties right now, mid to upper 70-degree dew points. Temperatures right now in the 80s, so we factor in the highs that are expected today near 90 degrees with all the moisture. Forecasted heat index values in the mid to upper 90s for some, 94 in Austin. That's the feel-like temperature that we're expecting. But there is a large system just north of us. We're on the southern part of the system, which is giving us a slight risk for some possibly strong storms this afternoon. 40% chance of those storms. I'll let you know hour by hour what we can expect momentarily in your full forecast. Ladies, back to you.
New on midday, we've learned Fox founder Roger Ailes died this morning. The news coming from his wife. The man behind the rise of Fox News found himself in the news the last year of his life. He resigned last summer after former Fox News anchor Gretchen Carlson accused Ailes of sexual harassment in a lawsuit. The cause of death is unknown at this time. He was 77 years old.
Our communities are safer and they're healthier, but major disparities still exist, and that's according to Austin and Travis County leaders who just released their latest report on the health and vitality of the area.
The report tracks 17 indicators to determine if our community is achieving its goals. KVUE's Corey Coffin joins us live from Austin City Hall to break it all down. Corey?
A very good morning to both of you ladies. The report, using those indicators, aims to answer 4 questions. Are we safe, just, and engaged? Are we healthy? Are we meeting our basic needs? And are we achieving our full potential? Now, according to the data, many leaders and experts believe, unfortunately, the answer is no. Let's take a look at what they presented today. They say black residents have higher rates of poor mental health, smoking, and obesity. They also account for 21% of residents jailed, but only make up 8% of the population, a rate considered highly disproportionate.
The Sentencing Project predicts that if current trends continue, 1 of every 3 black American males born today can expect to go to prison in his lifetime. That is absolutely unacceptable. We cannot allow that future to come about. We cannot.
Now, County Judge Sarah Eckhart told me change doesn't happen with the police or sheriff's department only. It also happens with the pipeline before prison and in the justice system. Mayor Steve Adler also addressed affordability issues here in the city, calling the disparities heartbreaking. 36% of households pay more than a third of their income on housing. That number jumps to 83% when it comes to people making less than $35,000 a year. More than a third of all black and Hispanic children in Travis County live below the federal poverty level. That rate is 5 to 7 times higher than white and Asian children. And the college graduation gap between race persists. We also want to tell you, though, about some progress that our area has made as well. The crime rate in Travis County declined by 25% from 2011 to 2015. The percent of people living below the federal poverty level is also lower. It's at 13% versus an overall 19% from 2011. And more people have health insurance. The percent of people under the age of 65 who are uninsured decreased from 21% in 2011 to 16%. And the unemployment rate here in Travis County fell to 3.1% in 2016. There are so many other details that we couldn't talk about during our time with this report, so you can view that online at KVUE.com. Reporting live from City Hall, I'm Corey Coffin for KVUE News.
By noon today, we could know what's next for the suspect in the stabbing on the University of Texas campus. Kendricks White was in court for the first time yesterday. The judge ordered another mental evaluation before determining whether White is competent to stand trial for murder. The judge should get those results by noon. She will then set a follow-up hearing for the end of the week or next Monday. White is accused of stabbing 4 fellow students, killing one of them.
Well, Kyle police are searching for the man who robbed a man in his own front yard. Officers say it happened around 10 near I-35 and RM 150 on Wednesday. A man told police he was mowing his front lawn when he was approached by 2 men with guns, and then they hit him with a crowbar. The 2 men drove away in a red 4-door Mitsubishi SUV. One of the robbers wore a black hoodie and a mask. The other wore a red hoodie and had a mole on his face near his nose. Both were about 6 feet tall. If you happen to have any information about the robbery, please call Kyle Police. Well, happening today, Boone Elementary will hold a meeting to talk to parents about an alleged sexual assault. The investigation into the assault ended after a medical examination showed the 4-year-old was likely not assaulted and instead suffered injuries from a playground accident. But because parents were upset about the way the investigation all was handled, well, the school will speak to them tonight in the school cafeteria at 6 p.m. The teacher who was originally accused of assaulting that young girl will return to school next Monday. Travis County officials say there's insufficient evidence to file criminal charges against her. And President Donald Trump is lashing out at the announcement that a special counsel will take over the investigation into Russian election meddling and possible collusion with his campaign.
That's right. The president's newly appointed deputy attorney made the call. ABC's Janae Norman reports this, now puts a former FBI director in charge of the probe.
A trifecta of tumultuous developments, bombshell after bombshell after bombshell, sending shockwaves through Washington and the White House.
No politician in history, and I say this with great surety, has been treated worse or more unfairly.
At the center of every controversy, President Donald Trump. Now the Department of Justice appointing a special counsel to take control of the investigation into Russia's interference with the 2016 election, including possible collusion with the Trump campaign. That announcement coming after Attorney General Jeff Sessions recused himself. Made by Acting Attorney General Rod Rosenstein just a week after Trump fired FBI Director James Comey, and the White House initially blamed the decision on a recommendation from Rosenstein. But Trump later admitting during an interview on NBC that the Russia investigation was a factor. The man now leading the investigation, Robert Mueller, who served as FBI Director from 2001 to 2013 and enjoyed wide bipartisan support then and now.
Yeah, obviously that's a step in the right direction.
This takes the politics out of it. Hopefully this has gotten too political.
Mueller will have all the authorities of a U.S. attorney, including the ability to take the matter before a grand jury and to issue subpoenas.
Whatever investigation goes on will have the credibility of Bob Mueller, the former director of the FBI.
President Trump released a statement yesterday saying in part he looks forward to this matter concluding quickly, but this morning tweeted calling it the greatest witch hunt of a politician in American history. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
A bill creating statewide regulations for ride-sharing companies is headed to the governor to sign. What this means for current companies here in Austin and for Uber and Lyft.
We talk a lot about your kids and screen time. When is too much? And can it actually be an addiction? A family that took some big steps to kick the habit.